Hey y'all, so I hope you're having a good day today. And today I will be first. I know y'all see my eyelash sticking up and it's really on my nerves. It was really on my nerves. But anyway, so today's Dear Diary is going to be per request. Someone asked me to speak on my greatest life moment or something like that. So I'm just going to speak on one of them. And so today it's basically going to be about when I finally spoke up as far as like talking to my father. So I'm a very transparent person, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. So growing up, my father was very abusive to me and my mom and like my whole family and stuff like that, verbally and mentally and physically abusive. And as a kid, I learned how to just understand what triggers them and like not do it, but then also protect my younger siblings as well. And so for the longest time, I was able to create a sense of normalcy in that toxic environment, in that very, like just unhealthy environment. But honestly, it happens to a lot of girls. And so in that aspect, again, just creating that normal like bubble to it, I finally spoke up to my dad one time and just told him everything that we went through. And I cried, and it was a very emotional moment for me. But I was still very proud of myself because it took a certain sense of strength that I never felt like I had. Like, so many people would say, oh, Asia, you're always so strong, you're so this, you're so that. And I never felt that way until I actually told him how I felt. And so I told him, like, I remember you whooping us till we bled. I remember you beating our mom. I remember you doing all this. And he would say he didn't remember. And so that also broke me as well, but that's also something that I learned. Like, when you're speaking up for something, whether people see it differently or not, all you can do is speak and talk about how you felt. So that way, when you do speak on it, you don't sit up there and look for their confirmation so that you feel better about yourself. When you say how you feel, you have to say it because that's what you feel. And so me finally being able to be unapologetic about my own feelings, and then me also being able to like talk to the man, like look the man in the eye that literally did so much and had like a very big impact on me and my family, and just the way that I see life and I see men and I see relationships. I feel so strongly about that. Like, anytime I speak up on how I truly feel, I always feel super, super, super duper proud of myself, because I know, one, I have obviously thought about it multiple times, but because I am more reserved, or I don't like confrontation, depending on what it is, I won't say anything. So anytime that I tell my parents, and it's really mainly them, parents and like really, really close friends, like, hey, you hurt me in that aspect, I'm always really proud of myself, because I know there's a fear inside of me. There's a fear of rejection. There's a fear of like being told, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I don't care, because stuff like that has happened before. And so to see now that some people like, not necessarily accept it, but they'll go ahead and they'll understand what I say, and then they'll speak on it and stuff like that, and they don't just dismiss me, it makes me feel super, super good. Not necessarily just because I'm getting that attention from them, although it is a part of that, but more so I was able to be courageous. I was able to be strong, which is how I want to see myself truly. And it just makes me feel good, because one of the things I always say is like, you can sit up here in front and fake like you're this or you're that, but at the end of the day, you go to bed with yourself. Like, you know who you are. You know when you've participated in coward actions and things of that nature. So for me, that is one of my best life moments, understanding that like when you feel a certain type of way, you have to speak up, bro. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter how minute it may be in someone else's eyes. If you feel strongly about it, you speak on it, period. And so yeah, so that's today's Dear Diary. I hope I answered your question, and thank you so much for just commenting. Honestly, hun, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I hope y'all have a great day, and bye.